Hey there, lads and lasses. Let me see. What's going on? Somehow I've lost my headphone feed. There's Angel. How you doing, Angel? Welcome on in. You guys can see the auto shutout there for Angel by You. Please go check out one of her streams. Go check out all of her streams. I'm doing okay, actually. I don't mind myself saying. Feeling a little under the weather, though. And I'm also wondering why I can't hear. Why can I not hear my mic? That's kind of weird. Sorry to hear that. I'll be okay. Thanks. Just got a little bit of a cough and stuff like that, but probably got it from Kachi in that giant petri dish he attends called school every day. Let's see. Am I on master? There we are. Okay. All right. So yeah, you could probably tell I was doing a lot of music stuff last night and everything. So it's the configuration, trying to get everything's back to streaming configuration. You're getting, no. What do you mean getting old? I'm already old. I was old when we met. Oh no! You guys can't see this. I need to switch the scene, but I need to put a little distance between. Let's flip this over. While I was sitting here enjoying chatting with Angel, this guy shows up. Figures he's going to start a little trouble. But he should know better. Okay, there we go. Got to lurk, sadly, because of work. I understand. I understand, Angel. You do what you need to do. Everything's fine here. You go take care of business. Well, anyways, viewers, don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. Okay. Wow, we strayed away very, very quickly. You know, I was about to do the Riptide, and I remember this is not my Riptide. This is not my Riptide. All right. Wings open, please. Am I wearing wings right now? Yes, I am. Please open wings. Wings, please open. There we go. Thank you. All right. I don't know why I struggle with that, but... So yeah, here we are. On the Generation 5 survival map. And we're finishing this up. We've got the structure of the submerged parts of the island here. And this is really the last step in this. I've started to do some of the terraforming and texturing down here, and I don't like it. I do not like it. Let's get closer. Yeah, I hate this. So what I want to do is more like a horizontal grade down with some varying parts, right? But I mostly want it to be horizontal. Yeah, so I want it to look like it's layered down and then some variation in those layers. And so these top parts, I'm thinking mostly it's going to be clay, sand, sandstone, that kind of thing. And then as we get down a little bit more, maybe some stone and some tuff. And then probably going to get into the tuff and the cobbled deep slate and this mossy cobblestone. And then throughout that, we will have some of the black stone kind of veins and stuff coming down through it. That's kind of what I want to do here. So I'm thinking this top layer here should pretty much be sand and sandstone. I know I have some clay in there, but I think I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah. So first things first, let's get right in on this because I'm actually excited to see what this is going to look like because I think it's going to come out very, very cool. Sandstone we're going to hang on to for right now. Let's get this other stuff out. Clear ye old inventory. Here we go. A bit like that. We'll keep that right there for right now. We'll do a little bit of that. And a little bit of this. A little bit of this. Usually I have a bucket of water with me. I don't think I'm going to need that right now, though. Let's get some sand. And we have plenty of sandstone. Here we go. That should be plenty. Yeah, this should be good. Let's do something like this. Yeah, you know what? That should be enough for now. We'll do something like that. Oh, I do need some of that sandstone that I just put away. Yeah, I do need a little bit of that stuff. Okay. Let's get down into here. And just remember, when we stack this sand here and stuff, there'll be seagrass and stuff in here to break it up too. So it's going to look like just a layer of sand, and that's probably going to be kind of annoying looking. But it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I also need a shovel, but if I could get a shovel with Silk Touch, that would be ideal. Bumblebees, Zawan, good morning. Tools. Ladder, wet sponge, box of rockets, 2 boxes of rockets. These are more tools. Oh, I accidentally grabbed one of those. I got a little too close. Here's the Silk Touch shovel, but it's going to need some repairs, but that's not a problem. That is not a problem. Let's hold this in the offhand like this because we brought plenty of XP with us. Come on, shovel, repair yourself, please. There it goes. Okay. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's do this. And we're almost at 100%. As some weird people say. Yeah, you know what, that's good enough. Stash that back in ye old inventory. Let's put that right there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait. What happened here? Oh, that's that other shovel, right? The one I don't want to use. You know what? Let's just stash this one right in there. Let's do some sleeping. This place is so beautiful. I love this map. You know, I think last year, the year before, maybe not last year. Maybe the year before, in those early COVID, well, I wouldn't say early, but those COVID years, I was thinking on, wrapping up this map, this Generation 5. I got to finish it, and then I got to load a new map and everything. The more YouTube videos I watch, like, from Ethos stuff and everything, their worlds are all, like, 10 years old. Ethos World is 13 years old. They just start building and there's just so much to do. It's like, why change the map? Everything you want is like right in here. You could just update things and build new things and stuff. And I haven't even, I prune the chunks in this. Usually every time there's an update, I save the chunks that we've built in. But it's a new map anyway. So I'm just going to stay right here. All right, so let's just take this a little at a time. And I think you guys can now see why I'm needed the Silk Touch shovel. Because I want to keep these clay blocks, and I don't want... Let me get this a little closer to my face here. I don't want these clay blocks to break into the balls and have to recraft them again. Oh, no, absolutely not. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that silliness. No. Okay, and now I can take some of this, like this. Right, and so I want to do sand on these two layers like this. Right, and then the layer below, I'll do some sandstone, right? So I'll do that kind of a thing. So I think the best way to go about this, I have to be conscious of preserving the shape too. So, if I get a couple of blocks off here and there, I don't really mind because I have the general shape established already. But I want to try to keep it. See, that's the kind of thing I don't want to do. That's what I did right there. Please. Come on. Just could just do the thing, Could you just... Yeah, some of the problem with this is losing these blocks here. Right, so I think if that's going to be the case, maybe I should go around and I should build up under it first. So I won't be dropping these sand blocks that I really need.
What?
There we go. Cyclopsalops! How you doing there, lad? How are you doing over there today? On the continent. You have an accounting test tomorrow. We gotta do accounting on paper. Ooh, no spreadsheets? Like with a pen. Oh my god, in ink too. Dude. Wow, man. I mean, even I would be hard put for that. Let me see. Tomorrow, it's still Wednesday for you over there, I think. 9 hours ahead. So an accounting test on a Thursday? Yeah, I guess. But then you guys have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to worry over how you did. What your grade is, because teacher professor will not be grading that. And you'll not get those back till Monday. Unless they have teaching assistants, then you might get it back by Friday, but I don't think so. You know, I should just use stone for this, not the sandstone. The sandstone's actually kind of expensive. But look at me, I'm not doing anything about it. Nothing about it at all. I'm on a roll, man. I don't want to break. Because this stuff probably won't show back here, right? So that's what I'm thinking. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm going to remove that clay and replace it with sand. So I need some sort of substrate under it. Because sand, you know, reacts according to Minecraft gravity. It's not a sticky block. We can explain fancy words like Verblendig kitten and Lieflung, and I'm being attacked. Hold on. See, I'm trying to read German. And since I speak English, at least I stand a chance. But not with drowns harassing me. Come on, man. Come on. Which quite literally just means, get this. Debts and outstanding bills. That's it. Why did they name it weird? Oh, yeah, we don't get it back for up to 2 weeks, yeah. I think. Yeah. No, I mean, not only is it hard for me to pronounce, it's hard for me to read because the chat's so small. Now, if that was a Guelga, or if that was Chinese, I'd know how to say that. But again, you know, being an English speaker, you know, we should know how to. We should know the basic pronunciations for German. Okay, we've got a 6 pattern here. And a 3 pattern here. Well, even though I did 4. This. Oh yeah, like a, in English that would be like a cage sound, right? Like Bach. Johann Sebastian. Yeah, the Guelga has sounds like that in it too, so. Especially the Gaelic. Because the Scots are really hard with that. Irish are a little softer with it. Depending on, you know, the region. Great. Calm down, Shovel, please. Shovel, please. Just. I'm wondering if I should make a special shovel for this, because I think I'm just going to wind up wasting time and blocks. It's sleepy time anyway. But yeah, see, I want these upper layers here to be sand. let me see. This is a song like this. Oh, wait. I think I know what I'm doing. When it's up here and I'm in the air, it digs faster. When I'm under the water, it digs slower. Yeah, okay. All right, let's do the sleepy bits. Bing chilling. Bing chilling. Bing is ice. So when I go to Taiwan and I order my coffee, I'm saying cafe like they say in Taiwan. When I order my coffee at Starbucks in Taipei, their first question is Luda Bingda. Luda Bingda. Luda Bingda. So la is hot, right? And duh is a particle that means like of something, right? So it's saying hot or cold. Luda Bingda. Then they have a shaved ice dessert there called Trabing. So you can get all of those, once you learn ice, you can pretty much figure out what all the derivatives are, right? So yeah, they're pretty consistent about that. So it makes things easier. Oh, I'm going to have to replace some of the seagrass, but I knew that was coming. Get some of my clay here. Okay, yeah. These 3 layers being sand is pretty good. I might bring the sand down here in this little beach, this little bay here. But not so much around here. So I think when I get around this side, this is where I'm going to start to blend in some of the sandstone. But I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to install all the sand first. Right. I'm going to install all the sand first, and then I'll speckle in the sandstone. Awk. Yeah. I wish I just had my old mouse back. But they don't make them anymore. Company went out of business. Let me see. Tra. Tra is not the Mandarin, though. So it's a mixed word. So that's like the Hakka or the Mindanao. But tra means kind of like shaved. That would be the shaved part of the shaved ice. So yeah, it's close. It doesn't mean that exactly. I mean, it could be used for like shaved, chipped, scraped, that kind of a thing, right? It's not an exact. Bing is pretty straightforward in the translation. Tra, I should say, isn't I'll have to ask Mrs. Thunderhand. Kachi's not going to know. He's not good enough at Chinese yet. Biggie would know, but he's at university now, so I can't just ask him. Awk! Now this part, I'm not going to go too wild on this because these rock formations are going to merge down into this layer like this, so... Awk! It's so hard to use this middle mouse wheel because it's so small, and the mouse is so small. Every time I go to select... Yeah, see? Like that. It is not ideal for yours truly. I really want to learn Korean. Oh wow, Korean is... Not because I'm a fan of the country or whatever. I just think it sounds cool, yeah. Yeah, I had a good number of... Oh, see? Look, it just goes bananas there. I've had a good number of Korean students. And when I was teaching at the school. More Chinese students. That's one of the reasons why I got hired. But by the way, Kachi and I still want to do the survival map where we only the survival map challenge in which we only speak Chinese. We still want to do that. It's just Kachi's so busy right now, and even when he has some time off, he's just so burnt out. Like some of you may have noticed, we didn't do Kachi time this Sunday. He just wasn't up for it. See, like right there. Good, good. Once we get done the sand layer, the other layers under it will be a lot easier. It's just the sand is difficult to deal with. This is a 3x3. See, like that. And that. That really sucks. That just makes us so much harder. Please stop doing that. Okay, here we go. Fans, please, please. All right, let's pull back a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to do this kind of like in layers here. Right, so we'll have a sand layer, and then the next layer will be this kind of stuff where we'll have some clay, some sand at some points will be like migrating down into the next layer in these vertical kinds of shapes a little bit, but not a lot. And I'm still playing over in my head whether I want to make the ocean around this a warm ocean and put some coral in. Maybe not.
What?
there goes Shut. One of my English teachers spent a portion of his life in Korea. He told us that it's one of the easiest languages to learn to read in. Yeah, they have their they used to use the Chinese alphabet like a lot of Asia did. You could think of Chinese as like the Latin of Asia, right? But then one of their emperors, and fairly recently too, wanted Korea as part of their national identity to have their own style of writing. Shut Mountain, how are you doing today, my friend? Guys can see the auto shout out there for Shut Mountain, our friend, moderator, and fellow buffoon. Hola, amigo. How's things going over there in the Empire State, my friend? And then speaking of Buffooncraft, you guys may have heard me mention in the last stream, but just to reiterate, give you guys an update as much as I can anyway. There's not really a lot to divulge right now because we have to decide on a lot of things, but there will be more Buffooncraft. There will be a Buffooncraft Season 6. That we know. As far as who are the members of Buffooncraft, that has yet to be determined. Some of us have signed on, so I will definitely be involved in it. I could say that much. The others, I won't speak for them. I'll let them speak for themselves. As far as how Season 6 is going to unfold and what the ideas are, none of that has been decided yet. We're all supposed to have a meeting and then take it from there. And as soon as I know any more, I'll update you guys. But that's all I know right now. The leadership hasn't been chosen, right? So we don't know, right? We do intend to have it, involve all of the members a little bit more in the storyline and stuff like that. That's the intention. But otherwise, we really want to maintain the Buffooncraft feel and style of gameplay and stuff. We're really into that. So let me see. I'm not going to keep grabbing all this sand down here. I'll just go up and restock it. Like that. And grab some of this. But that's all we can really divulge at this time. And not because we're being so secretive or anything. It's just we haven't decided yet. Trying to get everybody's schedules to align so we can meet and things like that. But I shall tell you this. It will be glorious. Because, it's Buffooncraft. All right. Got to go finish some physics homework. Oh, yippee-ki-yay. Have a good one. Insert what here. Okay. Good luck on your accounting test, psych. Let's do some of that. Also, I'll post updates as I get them in the Buffooncraft channel on our community server, so you guys can always check that out there too as well. Okay, we're doing pretty good with this really annoying sand layer. I'd really like to just finish this because, again, it's annoying. Is that it? No. We've got some clay over here. Awk. Yeah, all right. Like this. We should be wrapping this up, though. And you know what? I think I can do this, right? Professional Minecrafter. I think I can do something like this, right? It's a little bit faster. Like that. There we go. Sorry about that, viewers. I forget. I can actually play this game. See, usually I rely on Nebula. Thunder. Could you just put the sand in your left hand, shovel in your right, and, you know. That's right, Nebs. So it is September 25th today, and we're closing in on the end of the month, and that means that I get to make a new redeem, which is going to be fun. Let's get rid of that. Is that it? I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, where are the dolphins? I mean, they're always underfoot. They are the cats of the Minecraft sea. They're always underfoot, except when you need one, they're never around. Because I just wanted to just shoot around the radius of the island here. Just have a look, just to check. This stuff I'm purposely leaving like it is. Yeah, you know, I think we're good. If we've missed anything, we can just fill it in as we go along. Let's start with the sandstone layer down here. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, let me see. This is all the snad. Like so. I think I got all the sandstone out of there. Okay, this should be good enough. I'm going to keep a little bit of the sand with us just in case. We have to patch some stuff, but let's do a little inventory clearing. Said it before, I'll say it again. Best inventory management tool of all time. All right. So let's do the same thing here. Let's get the sandstone in this hand. We will do... See, that's efficiency 5. That's a little too strong. for this. We need a pickaxe that's not going to obliterate everything here. So let's just stash these right there. And let's see what we have here. Tools. Yeah, see, this is fine. Fortune 3 on breaking 3. It's got mending on it, but no efficiency 5, so it makes the detailing go a little bit easier. See, now we have some stuff like this going on that's going to be kind of annoying. I'll have to deal with that a little bit later. This doesn't have Silk Touch on it, though. That kind of sucks. I think if there's any sand situations like that, I'll just cover it up. Like that, right? This one I don't have to cover up like that. That one I can cover up. That one. That one. That one. I'm kind of losing my shapes here too, so. Yeah, like this. Yeah, there's situations like this. You know what? I think I'm just going to have to deal with that first. Let's do this. Yeah, this is going to be super annoying. Okay. That's good. So updates on Baby Zombie Rush. I have been working hard on Baby Zombie Rush. Off camera, not as much as I would like, but there is significant progress being made. I've been posting pics in the Discord, so you guys can go check those out. I especially like to do that when I do work off camera. Show you guys that stuff is being done. And so there's some major features that needed to be established in order to move forward, and those have been accomplished. Took a little bit of working out. I had to relearn some redstone that I had mastered before because it's been so long. And I'm old. But mission accomplished. We're making excellent progress. see, I'm doing that and that. Fuck, hands. This mouse is so hard to use because it's small. It's for people with tiny hands. And this manufacturer, this is their extra large mouse. And it's like, yeah. Sure. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this. This is killing me. This is killing me. All right. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is another annoying layer. I thought we would be able to just breeze right through this layer now that the sand was established, but I forgot about these stone features on which the sand is set on top. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's going to be a pain to deal with, but let's just get it done and out of the way. It's annoying. Let's just do it. Here we go. One day, it will be complete. Maybe. Actually, this week's going along pretty good. I'm thinking I'll get quite a bit of it done this week. Those soul sand features for Baby Zombie Rush, that of which we were speaking the last time, those have all been laid out now, and now it's just a matter of going in there and putting those in place. And that should be a pretty quick affair, actually. Yeah, that stuff's okay. I think that's going to have to be taken care of. Or was that more like that? Yeah, I think it was. Doesn't really matter, though. A couple of blocks here and there are just fine. Something like that. Right. Alright, that's looking pretty good on those layers. Might take out the stone here. Not a lot of it, though. Just a little. And then I'll try to do a better job in getting these black stone and darker stone materials to be worked in here in more like a vertical kind of fashion. So yeah, see, like all of these have to be fixed. So annoying. Thankfully, it's not a very big island. Okay. Uh-oh. I see you. Right in your wrinkly, pruny face. Oh, and he dropped a skull. Great. The zombie flesh, though, I can do without. Yeah, you can just kindly despawn. Thank you. I think that stuff's good. This one has to be fixed. Good Lord. Thunder, really. Okay, that's... We're getting there. Let me see, we're coming around the back side of the island. All right, sure. Right, that's looking good. Let's just do that. Hawk, hands, please. Dang. This is a slow process. Even I'm getting a little impatient. But I think I'm really going to dig the end result, so I'm sticking with it. Oh, please. Hate this mouse. I want my mouse back. Is that it? I think we're good. Let's take a... Let's do a little inspection here. I think we're good, right? Okay, looking good. So we have some few stone features that need to be filled in there. No big deal. Okay, now we get the dolphins, Grace. See, this is what I'm looking at. Yeah. Thank you, dolphin. Okay, good. These ones should be much easier now, right? We just do this and that. See? This is where I wanted to be. I did want a transition material between maybe this and some of the darker stuff. I was thinking maybe some packed mud or something like that, but I don't know. I don't want to go too nuts. I want to... I like the varied block palette, but I think once you put too many blocks into the block palette for something like this, I think it just gets too cluttery looking. And, it'll be broken up by the plants and stuff like that. So okay, I think that'll do it. All right, so this next layer should be clay and sandstone. So let's see here. Is this a silk touch? Yes. So let's first of all replace some of this clay. Dolphin. All right. Skip ahead to this. You and I should get together and build an escape room. Shut, I'm totally for that. Do you want to do it on here? We can make it a Generations guest spot thing. We'll work it all out in a creative world first. We'll map it all out. Decide how we want to do it. We probably wouldn't show that on stream while we're building it because we don't want to give away, right? But then we can invite somebody on, some players on, and we can try it out. Like an escape room, especially if there's two of us building it, shot would be really fast, right? So, and actually Nebula is really good at building those. She invited us to do a birthday competition or event I should say, on her Storytime server. And we all had to do an escape room and stuff. It was really cool. And she made effigies of each one of us and stuff and put them as part of the features in the escape room. Each one of us, each one of the rooms had something to do with one of us. It was really cool. Okay, I want this to be doubled here, right around where the beach is. But for the rest of it, I want it to start kind of working its way down. So I'll do something like this. Like that. That way you get some features coming down like that. And I'll do a similar kind of thing around, maybe around here, right, where we can get some of these sandstone features. Yeah, actually, I can kind of do it like that, right? Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be a problem. It is. Okay, and you guys can see I'm not going to do too much here because we have more of these dark rock features that we've got to bring in here. So let me see. Okay, hands, please, please. Oh, please, with the hands. My God. Yeah, we can do some things like that. Just occasionally put some sandstone in here. This is going to be mostly the clay layer. But we can build in some like sandstone intrusion areas like that. Yeah, maybe like that. I'm gonna want to look at the landscaping here. Maybe we can do something like yeah, shot an escape room like that would be a fun thing to do together, right? I mean, I think we did a good job working together on the lunar event for Buffooncraft. Yeah, and then I'd definitely be up for some more of that. Again, I'm not going to do too much here because I've got some of these dark rock features that I want to put in there. Come around to here, maybe like some of these features. Right in around here. Yeah, like I think I'd like to put some more right around here because this is more like a beach area on the back side of this. So we'll extend some of this downward. And, you know, we have more rock features over there, so again, not too much in the way here. Gotta be judicious with this stuff here. But coming around here, something like that. All right, I think all of this is pretty good. Sean, another option we can do is, again, you know, we don't have viewers, we don't have any idea about season 6. We haven't made any for Buffooncraft. We haven't made any decisions about that yet. We still have to meet concerning that. But we could design the escape room now, and we could build it in season 6. We could do that for Buffooncraft too. Doesn't have to be a Generations guest spot thing. We could always do it there. And again, I'm going to hold off on this part here until I get a good idea. I might change this though. What am I out of sand? Okay, whatever. All right, now we can start filling in. At least I think we can. We can start filling in some of the clay. I know it's weird to go from sandstone down to clay, but I think the clay would make a good transition. But I just need another material. So I want this layer to be mostly clay, but I want to texture it with something else as well. What? I have no idea. Again, yeah, right, sure. Interlopers, eh? All right. I'm going to put the clay in here now, but I may alter it a little bit. What with the... Really? Workplace harassment. Hostile workplace. I'm suing for hostile workplace. We could do it both ways, yeah. Yeah, either or. But either or, we should build it in the creative world first. And then after, we can at least do that right now. And then we can decide, right, about... whether we want to try to do that as a guest thing in Generations or Buffooncraft Season 6 kind of thing, so... Yeah, you can show me some more command block stuff. Guys, Shut is really good at that stuff. I learned a lot of stuff from him during the when we were working on the lunar build, the lunar event. I already knew a little bit going in, but man, I learned so much from he and Villager. Villager and him. So yeah, another opportunity to use that to, cement it in the old noggin. It's absolutely welcome. All right, and there's some bits of sandstone, but again, we just went around. This is where the sandstone kind of intrudes into this clay layer, right? So that's intentional. Totally intentional, people. Totally intentional. Let's do that. Okay, that's cool. Uh-oh. Am I out of clay in the left hand? I think so. There we go. We're back in business. First things first, got to think up mechanics and riddles for each room. Yeah, you got to think, you got to map it out, right? And try to decide how big is it? How much time would it take, right? Do we intend it to take for players to get through it, right? Or, the other planning strategy you could do is just think up a cool room and then think up another cool room, and then until you get like 5 or 6 of those rooms together. Right, and then decide which ones you're going to use. Like some of them might be too hard, others might be too easy, right? Then you collect a number of them, and then you need some sort of entrance and some sort of exit, right? So... All right, I am going to bring this layer right around here, I think. Because I think I went a little too nutty with the dark blocks here, so... All right, just cleaning up after myself there. Let's see. How about just anywhere where there's stone, right? We can just do this kind of thing until we get around this side. Here we go. This is better. And then here's where I need to step things up. Then we got to think who we're going to invite. Hey yo, Jeppo-tastic! What are we up to today? We're in the Generation 5 survival map. Terraforming about the island. Under the sea. How are you doing today, Jeppo? How's things in UK? I should say, how are things in the UK? Indian food for dinner. Oh, now I'm envious. This island, let me do a little flyboat. We'll do a little F5 action like this. This is our aviary island. You might remember this. Where we have the apiary island, where we have the bee farm. Right in here. And we're pretty much finished, we have finished the bee farm, and we've finished the landscaping well enough on the top. I'm satisfied with this now. And now we're bringing the terrain down under the water level. That's probably going to be my thumbnail. Can I get something in the background? Now, if we only were being attacked by drowns right now. Dolphins, fish. Oh, God. This game is so ridiculous at times. You know what I mean? Can I swim around with my wings open in first person here like this? Ow, my face. Okay. I recognize the hotel. I don't think I've seen the apiary yet, unless you've done loads of terraforming since. Vroom. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of terraforming, actually. You know, I've sketched out the whole shape of the island in stone blocks, and now I'm going in and I'm texturing them. And I'm trying to get, like, the geologic layers, you know, like the sand and the clay and stuff on the top, and then the darker rocks and stuff in the next layers down below. How do I do it for time, by the way? I've got 34 minutes, I think. Somewhere around there. So, Jeppo, did you land yourself some takeout and bring it back to your place? Let's do something like that. I have tomorrow sorted with leftovers. Oh, nice. Let's see. Let's do this. You know, now that you mention it, we haven't had... Mrs. Thunderhand will make curry sometimes. She makes, like, 2 curry dishes. But we haven't had curry takeout in a long time. I think it's high time we rectify that situation. I think that's what we'll do this weekend. Because Kachi just loves that stuff. So, I don't know. I think I should do 2 layers of this clay, but I need another block to go with it. It's a really bright block, so I need something that's a shade duller, like maybe some gray wool. Some gray wool might look good. So let's do this. Right, we'll stagger those like that. I will say it was fantastic to have a spicy biryani after a long tramp through the hills this morning. I got back afterward and crashed. Have you and anyone else in chat had a nice day? I'm a little under the weather. I'm not feeling that well. A bit of a cough. Kind of tired. As I mentioned to Angel earlier, I think I probably picked up a bug from Kachi in that gigantic petri dish he calls a school. But I think I'll be okay. As long as I don't overdo it. Actually, I'm quite glad that my voice seems to be holding out right now, so. Yeah, let's get this out of here. Come on, just break it, just break it. And go. Then once we should be closing in on this right about now, and then we'll pick out our other block. Right, okay. Let's zoom a boot a little bit here. Okay, Dolphin, anytime. All right, this isn't too bad. Now, I want this next layer under it to be, again, mostly clay, like I did here. But I want some other block. I have yet to decide what that other block is, but I am thinking maybe gray wool will be a block. All right, let's get the sleeping done. Oh man, school. Probably redstone blocks. I think it will help with the transition. Redstone. It's a joke. I'm trying to think. Shockingly bright, slightly somewhat glowing red. Chapeau. Let's see. I am going to slip into creative mode just for a moment so I can look at the block palette. Not to build, but to... Sometimes I do this just to scroll through the block palette. You know, it's just a little easier. You know, I could use cobble. Cobble's kind of bright, and I certainly have plenty of it. Smooth stone has the edge details. Not really interested in that. The regular stone, nah. Andesite might be a good call here. The next layer under it I want to be the tuff, so I'm not going to use that yet. Certainly not going to use diorite. You know, the andesite might do it. Let's look at some other blocks. I just asked the missus if she loved me, and she had the nerve to say maybe. Apart from the potential marital difficulties. Oh, those aren't marital difficulties. That's just the usual fun and games, right, Chut? Maybe. So see, here's the light gray. Well, that's concrete powder. That'll just turn to concrete. Where's the woolly bits? Gravel has the gravity problems inherent within. Mushrooms stems are a little too brown. You know, dead coral is a possibility. But the pattern's going to be a little bit too busy next to the clay, right? So I'm thinking the andesite block's going to look the best. We can fly over to the depot, take a little break. So if I take this and I put it next to that, I mean, it's a pretty stark transition, but I don't think it's that bad. And I think I have many, many, many chests full of andesite. So maybe andesite would be a good transition to like a cobble, a mossy cobble. And then then into the tuff. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to our good old survival mode. That's just trolling. You looking for grays? I can check my beard. I've got some for you. Yeah, you know, I'm not exactly short on that myself there, young man. Oh. Let's go get ourselves some andesite. Did I already bring some over? Maybe not. I so love flying down into this thing. It's just so nice. All right. Let's check out the chest monsters first that we would really love to clean out. Andesite, eh? That's this stuff right here. Gee, I hope we have some. Let's do that. That should be plenty. I will grab a little more, but yeah, something like that. While we're here, let's just yeah, you know, I think that's fine. Let's lay down some blocks and see what it looks like. Gray terracotta. I think it's got too much of that pinkish brown to it. But that's not what my hands are trying to place. Yeah, the gray terracotta is very brown. Right. The cyan, I think, has a little too much blue in it. It's a little too dark. Let's try the andesite first. Let's see what that looks like. CRS. For me, that would be a chronic ailment. Oops. Ow. I do it for time here. I've got 20 minutes. There's plenty of time. You know what? Let's flick on some shaders. Because this place is stunningly beautiful with the shaders on. This is so hard to fly like this in third person. There we go. Let's get a little rocket boost. Like this. Lovely, lovely sunset. Anyways. Of course, again, the plan is these neighboring islands will also have farms and structures on them and stuff. So we can break up, the storage and the farms around the, decentralize and scatter them amongst. We have this archipelago here. We may as well use it, right? It just makes things a little cooler around here to be able to fly to all these nearby islands. They're so close, right? So let's do that. And let's put this in the offhand. All right, so we'll just work in the andesite in this layer here. I'm thinking. And again, we'll have some of the clay intruding down into there. But let's start working it in like right around here first. Because I don't think it's so bad. I think it's going to be all right. As long as we continually bring the clay down into it, I think it'll be fine. It'll be a good transition. So you know what? I'll go around and I'll replace these stone blocks first, and then I'll bring some more clay down into it. Oh, look at those two dudes. It's the I was going to say the welcoming committee, but looks more like the homeowners association. Here they come. You need to mow your lawn. They've gone mad with power. Really? Wow. Need some more practice with the trident. Oh, we've got one over here too. And no tridents though, huh? Boom shakalaka right in the face. Okay. Is there a bit of copper there? I hope. We've got a ridiculous amount of copper, so we're fine. Let's, you know what? We don't need to sleep. We're under the surface of the water. We should be okay. Should be. Should be. Okay, here we are. Just speckling this stuff in here. I think that's going to make for a pretty good transition. I know the clay is a colder color and the andesite's a warmer color, but, you know, I don't want them to be too similar, right? In the Buffooncraft Iron Farm, I had cobbled deep slate for a floor, and I was texturing it with the basalt block. And the top pattern on the basalt block and its coloring is so similar that you couldn't even see the difference really between them. I was thinking, wow, these are really similar. It'll be good for texturing. No, they're way too similar. And so you don't want them to be too similar to each other. That's the moral of that story. Children, that's the moral. Squiddies! Yeah, so we're going to replace this layer of the framework first so we can get that out of the way, and then we'll just speckle in clay and andesite afterwards. Because then we could just place, right? We don't have to think too hard. We could just spam them in place there afterwards. I'm not going to do the sides. We'll cover that up. Am I out? I think so, right? And right back at it. Let's see. With the Homeowners Association. Not quite, Jeffo. Not quite. We've been pretty fortunate. We've had experiences with neighbors that have... we don't live in a development, so we don't have to, like, a gated community, so... However, my friends, though, who do live in those gated communities, wow. I tell you, it's a very American experience, especially out here. If I bought my house and then was told I had to be governed by an HOA, I would sell the house ASAP. What does very American experience consist of? Oh my God. Hey, all you have to do is just log on to TikTok or Instagram. Oh, probably TikTok would be the better place because they'll really exaggerate it, right? Just do Homeowners Association. then you'll see all these really crazy, wild stories. And then you wouldn't buy a house in a development like that in the first place, right? So okay, I think we're in good shape there. Again, we've got a little stuff here, but I need to do some work on that. All right, this is good. Let's do this now. Let's do that and that. Okay. And then we'll just buzz around a bit and oh, yikes. Earlier comment. Yeah, that has become quite a meme. In the American experience. Let me see. That's good enough. Now I am placing more clay here than I am placing andesite. But that's the intention. Oh, look at this dude. Good afternoon, sir. Oh, may I interest you in Nautilus shells and fishing rods? Maybe that Nautilus shell. Thank you. Come again. Okay. Actually, I like the way this is coming together. As Hannibal Smith would say. Love it when a plan comes together. Let's do something like that. And this is nice. Just mindlessly placing blocks. That's where it's at, people. You work it out ahead of time, then you don't have to think. Just spam blocks. Okay, that's good. digging it. Yeah, let's do a little andesite there. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. Whoa! Why, hello there. Okay, that should just about do it. I might bring some of the andesite down into that a little bit. Now, the next two layers down here will be tuff and cobble, and then the mossy cobble. So we can do some stuff. And bring some of this andesite downward. Into the next layers at key points. Like here, for example. So they kind of form like pointy bits there. Like, you know, I don't want to go too nuts with this kind of stuff, but just in, you know, try to space out these kinds of features here. Just kind of bring them down into the next layer a little bit, especially in some of these more open areas. Without going too nutty here. And here, I don't want to touch this area too much right in here. Because again, you know, I've got some stuff there with it with the dark, the Daka rocks. I think I'm going to kind of leave that be. But here I would like to bring it down a little bit. So I'm going to look like, going to look a little bit like that. I guess I should eat something here, right? At some point. Okay. She sells seashells by the seashore. Think, what's that? Yeah, right? It's the enemy of progress. That's what it is. Let's see. I'll do a little bit in and around here. Like maybe like occasionally a little bit of that. You know, just bring it down a little bit. We can bring some of this down like that. Let's get rid of this. We're getting there. Yeah, let's knock this out. And let me see. Wow. Stream is ending. Let's at least finish up this layer here. And if we go over a little bit, that's fine. I do have to pick up Kachi from school, but it's not early release day, so I do have a little bit of time. Okay, cool. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hey, we're almost done here. Finished. Finish. I remember my drafting instructor in high school correcting us on that. I'm done. You're finished. Food is done. People are finished. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's some kind of picky building right there, so I'll work on that a little bit later. Let's just lay a little bit of this tuff in place here. Take a look at that transition. That will wrap it up. Let me see. Thunderhand, do you have stands for your musical instruments? I'm wondering if it's worth having one or just keeping my uke in the little travel bag. For something like a ukulele, I wouldn't bother with a stand for something like that because it's so small, right? I do have those stands amongst others. Something else you might want to consider. You can hang them on the wall. And it's nice because they're up off the floor, right? And so they're safe up there, especially something fragile like a ukulele, right? Yeah. All right. Again, I don't want to spend too much time with the tuff on the tuff layer, but I just want to start laying it in a little bit to have a look. Have a butcher. And I think it's going to be a good transition. Yeah, that's going to be really good. I like it. Tuff is such a cool block, and I don't get to use it as much as I would like. But now I'm going to use it quite prolifically. Let's pull on back here. Yeah, I kind of like this. I tell you, I like the layered look more than I liked what I did over here. I hate this. So I like the more horizontal layers. And then the layer materials change as we get lower and lower. So how long can I hang here before this dude starts harassing me? No, no. Posing for my thumbnail. Dodged him. Why, you so-and-so. That does it. Now you've gotten my Scott up. Now you've got me Scott up. That's my mom used to say. All right, let's wrap things up here. I like the part where it looks like the sand is spilling over, though. Yeah, and that's kind of like the idea I wanted, like to get this like it's. And you know, this is kind of a hard look to achieve, but I'll see if I can like trim this down a little more, like it's more like eddies, like little rivers of sand coming down. And I'll do the same thing with the darker rocks there, right? And then we can wrap this up, and we can move on to the next thing. Let's do our sleeping. And then we'll switch over. I think I can do a raid today. I think I can raid out. Let's log off so we do not die. Switch over to cam scene. And let's see who's on right now. Good Lord, Pleasant Player himself is on right now. I think I'm going to raid Pleasant because we hardly ever get a chance to raid each other because, you know, he's a very, very busy young man. Sorry, cable management. Skipjack81. You know what, Shot? I will keep that in mind for next time. We can't hear you away from Mike. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, Shot. I'll keep that in mind for next time. And do they stream at this time, usually? Well, I mean, I just don't get to see Pleasant Player on that often, but next time. And I'll take a look at their schedule. And if they're on... well, we'll get that in the outro. We'll get that. Let's do the raid. Let's set that up. There we go. There is the raid message in the chat. You can copy and paste that, of course, into the chat if you would like to join us. And I always encourage the viewers to enjoy us. Why I keep saying that, to join us on the raid. Even if you can't stay for the entire stream, just drop in, say hi. And if you feel so inclined, maybe a follow, some bits, a sub would be really, really cool. The raid itself. That's the 1230 channel. And there we go. The raid is counting down. Family-friendly viewers, a Pleasant Player is family-friendly, at least in his dialogue. Sometimes when he's playing with his friends, though, sometimes his friends might slip in some words there. But he's always family-friendly. Right now, it looks like he's playing Minesweeper Online. And looks like he's doing a solo stream right now, so we should be cool with that. Let's see. Just remember that we do this Generation stream every Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream will be from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be Buffooncraft SMP on the Season 5 server. And then Sunday should be Kachi time. I hope Kachi feels up for it because he canceled last Kachi time this past Sunday, and I hope he's feeling a little bit better. He's feeling a little more inspired because he was kind of bumming out last Sunday. But hopefully check in with us Sunday 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope to be streaming Kachi time. We'll see if he's in the mood for it. Minesweeper. Ooh, Pleasant is so funny. You guys, he's one of my favorite co-streamers and collaborators and friends on which to interact with. He's just a lot of fun. So let's raid out to Pleasant Player now. Thank you for dropping by, everybody. It's so cool to see everyone. Bye for now.
Something that's really funny is I saw that you started streaming, and I was like, okay, at the 1 hour